What's going on, guys? It's Lewis with Strictly Front Wheel Drive here. Thanks for tuning in. Today I have an interesting surprise for you guys. I have something I've been working on getting for a while, and I finally got it. I just wanted to give you guys an update before I go into that on the LS VTEC engine. I have the DC Sports headers on there for now. It's what I'm going to be running just to break in the engine. I'm not going to be putting any turbo components on. And it's just going to make it that much easier for me and less time consuming for what's going to be happening next. And you'll know more about that in a few seconds here. But yeah, I just wanted to give you an update on the engine. It's all pretty much all set. I still have to do the valve cover. I have to drill a couple holes and weld up the AN fittings for the catch can setup that I'm going to be putting together. So, but obviously for now, I can just throw it on just to get it going. This is the LS engine that I ended up getting for the Nova. It is a 5.3 iron block. Just taking off all the electrical components because I'm going to be doing a carburetor conversion on this thing. And we're going to be taking off the water pump. I'm going to be running an electric water pump and electric fan on this thing, just to free up a little bit of ponies and get her to turn a little bit more freely. So without further ado, let's get into the next little short video that I got coming up, and you'll see what the surprise is. What's going on, guys? It's Lewis with Strictly Front Wheel Drive. It is Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys and all your family out there. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Hope you guys have a lot of food to eat. Don't eat too much turkey or fall asleep. So today we're going to get into this video with the surprise that I told you about. This is a 92 Honda Civic hatchback. It came equipped with Whistler rims and brand new Toyo Proxy Type R's. Just give you guys a little walk around here. For the most part, the car has a couple dings, a couple dents. This is the only rust spot it has, which is not that serious. This is the final days of the drag racing hatch. Sadly to say, engine's already out. Right now I'm working on getting the front suspension out, and because I'm going to be swapping that over. I still have to do the rack, but I'm going to worry about that another day. Yeah, this thing's it was running and driving. I'm not going to say how much I picked it up for, but I picked it up for a pretty good deal. As you guys know, I've been looking for a full interior hatchback, and around where I live it's just very hard to find one that's in good condition, and this one is in very good condition. So I lucked out. The only downfall it is automatic, but I do not care. I have everything I need to make it manual. So let me just give it a little fire up for you. I did swap over my NGR wheel already. Does have a radio, speakers worked, which are a plus. Does have power steering, but I'm going to be switching the manual rack off the other Civic. I am keeping AC. Most likely, if I do take it to the track, I'm going to be taking off that AC belt anyway. I'm not going to be running power steering, but it's pretty good for the most part. It's all clean. Like I said, I'm going to be taking this swap out. The LS is going immediately in it. I'm not going to bother putting the B16 in it, because I'd have to do the swap twice. This is going to be the new track slash weekend car, if you will. This is just gonna be my new toy. I'm kind of getting tired of the all track car thing because I can't drive it around. As I stated in previous videos, I did register and I was driving it around like that. It's just a pain in the ass to drive a all gutted, car like that, and it's just not a fun drive. There's no heat in it. There was no wipers. There's nothing in it. So even if it rained, I couldn't even drive comfortably. Especially with the Lexan on there. I did buy other doors so I can swap them over, but I don't want to deal with that. What I want to deal with is a nice clean car that looks good, full interior, and has power to put down, and I can still go to the track and have fun with it. So I'm just gonna be putting instead of having to deal with weight, I'm gonna be trying to make a lot of power on just full weight, and I'll shed a couple pounds here and there, obviously, but I'm not gonna be doing that gutted stuff anymore. I'm just past that point. I'm not. I've never done drag racing to break any records aside from my own, which is basically just my best time. So I go to have fun. Me and my friends go to have fun. We go to meet people. There's great people at the track, all sorts of people, muscle guys. There's import guys. So it's always a good time, whether we break down or not. So but yeah, I'm gonna get to swapping the suspension in this thing. I'm gonna start with the shocks. I'm gonna try to get the spindle, the whole knuckle, and all that off. If I can get the whole knuckle and all that off, then that'd be great. The only problem is the axle. I might not do that right now because since the swap's not in it, it's basically gonna allow me not to move the car because I can't put the bigger axles in this engine. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing because I have to literally swap everything from that car to this car. And I hate not having a running car. If I was already throwing the swap in it today, then it'd be okay. But I think for today, I'm just going to be swapping the suspension just to raise the front end a little bit because it's dragging everywhere and hitting every sorts of bumps and everything. And I'm worried about hitting my oil pan or the transmission and leaving me stranded somewhere, which I don't want because this thing is registered and I've been taking it to work. As you can see from all the concrete dust everywhere, I literally have to spray this car off every single time, and there's still some dust. This car was clean when I got it, and now it's not so clean. All right, guys, so I'm going to get into it and see if I get these shocks off. All right, guys, so I'm on the second side here. I already did that side. That side is already set. I got the shock here. I'm just, I ran into an issue with this bolt. I guess they stripped it when they were putting it on, or whoever did it. I don't know why the focus isn't that good. There it is. So what I did is I took a little bit of grinding. I did a little bit of grinding. I took the grinding wheel and just grinded as much as I could. I'm just gonna hit that with a hammer and see if it'll spit down. Alright. So I got it to spit as far as I could. And there it is. So my theory worked. The theory behind that was to just get as much of the nut ground down as possible, so that way it can kind of open up when I hit it with the hammer, and just go down. You see there's like 2 threads left on the bottom there, and that's just enough for the stud to just escape out of there when you give it some hammer action. Another issue I ran into is the forgot what it's called here, the wishbone. The bolt snapped in there, so I have to take this whole, the top knuckle, the top of the knuckle out of the top control arm and push it forward, see if I can get it out. Just whack that with a hammer. Come on. And there she is. Did not see that coming. Probably should have put the camera up somewhere. But yeah, you can see the bolt snapped on here. The other one was even harder to get out, but I'm just gonna throw this whole wishbone in there with the shock. And, see how low this is adjusted here. The spring isn't even, it's not even putting tension on the spring. That's why the ride was like shit. It was all the way down. So for the other hatch, I'm just gonna, what I did was the other shock is I just brought this all the way up and just put a little bit of tension on there so that way it's not slammed to the ground. And we're just gonna get these in the other hatch and get the new ones in here, and that should be good for the front. That's about it what I'm gonna do today. And yeah, because today's Thanksgiving, and I don't want to stay working. I want to go see the family and eat some turkey and gravy. You guys want a secret recipe for Thanksgiving? You take a hard roll, you take some cranberry sauce, some turkey, you put some stuffing on there. Good eating. Probably not a secret recipe. Everybody probably does it, but that's my favorite thing to do with the hard rolls and the gravy and all that stuff. Starting early, got a little Corona going, and yeah. So I'll show you guys what it looks like after, and then I'll close out the video, and that'll pretty much be it for today. I'm not too worried about the back because the back is of height, but I do need to get the back wheels off and stuff like that. But I have to assemble the other hatch, the front end, so I can lift up the back end. It's a pain. I wish it was in the garage with me here, so that way I can just leave it on jack stands and swap parts over, but it's not the case. So, all right, guys, I'll be right back. So this is basically the inside. I have the seats in the back, but they were re-upholstered to be this stupid blue and white leather, and it's just not working for me. So I don't know why the camera wasn't focusing, but you can see how decently clean it is inside. It's got the headliner and all that. So I have to change this out. I'm going to take the whole unit out of the other Civic and just change this out. I was trying to get it to work because the car does have AC, but I can't get the button to work. I was trying to push it, and it looks like somebody had already been in there trying to do it, so it kind of messed it up. So I'm not even going to bother trying to mess with it. I'm just going to take this whole plate out. I got to figure out how to take this whole unit out and replace it. I had to replace the dimmer switch because I wasn't getting any dash lights before. The windshield is cracked, so I have to get the windshield replaced. But other than that, and I want to put my mirrors from the other hatch on because these are flopping in the wind here. I don't know what went on with those. So this is basically how it sits in the front, which is a lot better. I can get at least 2 fingers in there, which is what I want. It was too low before. From the hatch. I think I might have to raise this side because this side I can't get 2 fingers in there, so I'm gonna have to raise this side a little bit. I can always adjust them later. The back is still a little low. This side is lower than the other. I have to tweak it a little bit. But other than that, pretty good clean car. I'm excited to throw the swap in there and get it going. For now, I'm going to be driving it to work just because I miss having a car with heat, especially. And let me tell you, heat. I miss having a car with heat and all that stuff. And so I'm going to be driving it to work for a while until the snow really starts coming down. And then it'll be getting put in the garage. I have some paint picked out for it. I'm going to be painting it with legit paint this time. I'm going to be taking my time with that and doing it right so that way it comes out real nice. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this winter. I think this winter the plan is to get the car in there in the garage, get the engine out of it, get the LS in here, turn it on, get it all running, make sure it runs and all that. And then we'll go from there. Just because when I paint it, I just want to literally have it together. I'm not going to be taking it all apart like I did the other hatch. I don't see a need to because this car, I'm using the same color, same kind of blue. So I'm not going to bother doing door jams and stuff like that. I'm just going to worry about doing the doors and, you know, getting the outside layer of it and all that. So it's not going to be that big of a deal with me. It has a couple of dings and dents I have to take care of. what I'm basically planning on doing is just taking care of the dents. I'm going to sand it down as much as I can. I'm not trying to take out too much of that paint. I just want to take the clear coat that it has off and get down to the paint so I can primer it, fix a couple dents that I have with some Bondo and try to pull them out as best as I can. If not, then Bondo over them and just send that. I have a rust spot to fix in that left rear corner. And I just want to get the whole car in primer it down, make sure it's all good, and then lay down my paint. I'll talk more about that when the time comes. But for now, the plan is to get the LSV in here and get it running and all that. I have to swap out this cluster also with the SI cluster that's in the hatch. I was thinking about cutting the wiring that's in there, but the connectors are $10 in the junkyard, so I might as well just go to the junkyard, find another EK, cut the harness out, and just buy the harness, buy the connectors, and not have to worry about taking those out and cutting them out when somebody could potentially use it, because it's already botched as it is. So if somebody wants to just put an SI cluster or an EK or whatever in there, they can, and they don't have to worry about having to deal with rewiring it or fixing the harness. So I'm trying not to ruin the other hatch as much as possible. I do want to sell it to somebody that's going to use it, because the shell is still good, it's still usable. If somebody wants to do an all-out drag build, it's the perfect shell to do that. The shell's not misaligned, it's not junk at all. So I'm gonna try to sell it as is. Just get a couple $100 for it. I'm not gonna try to ask for too much, because I know it does have its flaws, but it's still a usable shell, and I'm just trying to keep it that way. So the parts that I'm taking out obviously are just to repair what's wrong in this car, and I'm not going to be doing anything major that's going to cause the shell to be junk. Like, I'm not cutting any quarter panels or anything off. So I'm just trying to do it as decent as possible. I have a lot of work, guys. Honestly, I have to do the rack, the rear trailing arms and all that have to come out, and they have to get swapped. So I'm kind of confused on how I'm going to go about it. I think once I take the engine out of this one, and I take once I have the engine out of this one, I'm going to take advantage and do the rack, change the rack, since it's all going to be accessible. And plus, I do plan on painting the engine bay, so while the engine's out, I can take the rack out. That'll give me more room. I might take the subframe out while I'm there and paint that and get it all looking nice. But it's a lot of work, and if you guys stay with me and bear with me, you'll be able to see the whole project. I plan on recording as I go, and just taking you guys along for the ride of and the journey of my Civic EG LS VTEC build. As I previously stated, I do plan on keeping the AC in it. So yeah, we just have to take our time and go easy with it and plan it right, so that way we're not going back to that track car look. Sort of, but not completely. All right, guys. Well, thanks for sticking with me with my rambling and babbling on and on and on about the car and all that. So thanks for hanging out. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm not sure what the next video is going to be right now, but it's going to have something to do with the Civic. So if you want to see more Civic content, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll catch you next one. Thanks, guys.